There's a chance you'll show up laughing, made of fortified fan blades and Ferris wheel lights, true of heart and best foot forward, our long-awaited love made easy. Remember for sure, no doubt, these things, the joy. We are a point of complete. This life, standing guard over your solitude, my eyes are monsters for most things approaching. I'm probably gonna need a hand with that. This heart, this sleeve. Neither one of them things is all that clean, but the rain, my lucky number, been doing her part to make things right. For the light bulbs and the bruises, hiding holy water was not my forte this life. Forte is French for blanket fort. I have trusted my corners to revolving doors, but I'm fluent in getting better. We are fluent in bouncing back, lifting quickly, learning fast. Our courage, it's a natural habitat. You know we're going to build a body to keep the wolves out. Hold my house, you humble barbarian. This door only opens for the remarkable now. So we will both show up remarkable. Speak your piece from the I can do anything. Say it clearly, follow through on runways. In turbulence, there is a book living inside your chest with dilated instructions on how to make a safe landing. It was written for crash landers. Thank you. I'm coming home to listen. It is time. Please, you must forgive me my distractions. There's a freckle on your lip. It's a National Archive. Give it to my ears so you can see what I mean. Here, hold my breath. I will be right back. There are gifts hidden beneath these lungs. Slide your hand over my mouth and I will speak them. In hang glider, in hilltop, from the loyalty of a landscape, silk and a sandpaper offering plate, the jacket on a handsome man, that lip, sweet grape, you cannibal. Kiss my eyes with it till they see what it is that I wish to write down your name. Film strips of prayer, ribbons of a garden in stereo, driftwood welded to the guest house, ring finger wrapped in a horseshoe nail. I will meet you by the 8th day dream, in the wide open purpose of a locomotive coming to a standstill with the sea, like thumb on pulse. You watch what happens when the air erupts into suction cups. Opening up to breathe, like the love in my lungs took the tip of my tongue and finally taught it how to read. You 5-acre ladder-back pearl book pouring from a pilated chest of earth. I know our story may look like octopus ink to the rest of the breath in this world, flying in under the radar, holding to a pattern of worth. Come closer, you guests of honor. Chickens, stay off the porch. And quiet and kindly, we are the house gift wrapped in welcome mats. Your dinner's on the table in thanks of that. And the loaves of chocolate toast, the book of Job and of jet propulsion, raincoats floating in a rocket ship, playing naked checkers in bed. It is an utterly epic arrival every time I get to see you again. God, this is what I was talking about for like 37 years. A true story of ocean throat, of grace, the holy goodness glory. I was praying to your face, my man. This is what I meant, and this is what I meant to do. So sit me down inside us now and let me praise the greatest good in you by laying down my weapons, including the shield, in rest, inception, for real, on cue. My friend, you came, your name well lit, stenciled on the walls of Fremont County years before we even met. In landscape, in scope, and so, wing-tipped, I wrote it, down to the ground you walk on, with the heels of my helium shoes. It says, put your ear to the sky and listen, my darling. Everything whispers, I love you. All right. Okay. God, I want to do something ridiculous like fuck a cantaloupe just to loosen myself up. You know, remember? We used to, no? Okay. A Norwegian painter named Odd Nerdrum paints sick and moist things. He got lost in the downside of dead as if dead was a horrible place. I saw his whole collection of work in a too big barbell of a book, gobbly as his name, Odd Nerdrum, hurt like a melted pistol whip, overcooked cream in the middle, burned victim on a pier, ice pick bristles and bricks. He painted the worst hurts of high school on the walls of my jungle stomach, warm-blooded balloon in my throat, pulled apart pencil teeth, sawed off chatter slut, obesity shit on the beach. It was a dead horse suicide orgy. Odd Nerdrum painted self-portraits without the proper postage. I remember the one of him with a boner. I found it daring because he is not a clean man. It is not brave to be disgusting or unresolved. I am not proud of a habit to haunt myself, even when it works in the bookends. I wore my dancing shoes out in the bookends, soiled my sheets of umbilical paper, self-indulgent self-portrait maker, an inspired pathetic critic who would not let it rest. These honeysuckle sickles, Odd Nerdrum. We cannot continue to turn ourselves in for the mess we left when we tried coming clean. I will say it once more and then leave. From 1974 until 2003 and some days through 2010, I painted ugly self-portraits on purpose to trail the trigger ditch back to my mother, to show you the fissure they left in her breath from when they came in to burn out the leech, from where she planted a man, in her words, to protect me. He was a candy-ass maggot wax mustard seed. Odd Nerdrum, we are a constellation of starting points, living in the image of a finish line, but it is not our place to try and keep pace with all of these things that we wish to feel least. It is build us an easier easel day for dissolving a difficult dream. It is playing a grand typewriter time until they call us by our names. We runners of the risk of purpose. My blueberry eye in the smoke. You hammer the size of a water train threaded through the barrel of a telescope. Even if they smash our birthmarks off, they will call us by our names. I some fancy finger work, and you all the souped up words you're worth. Odd Nerdrum, we have now been accounted for, and it is written on our empty graves that after everything still I stayed, and I mean it, I stayed. If there's anything I've come to understand, it's that I left my body to tell you these things and did not lock the door behind me. I have told you my story in stencils, a cutout image of bread. It was a rigid appointment with faith and a barbell of a book. My name is Buddy Wakefield, and though I have many self-portraits, this is the one of me with a boner. I find it daring, because I'm not a clean man. So I don't know if y'all have heard of inertia, but I was snowboarding a couple weeks ago. And what the funny thing is, when you roll down a hill without a snowboard for a couple hundred yards, it's fine. But when the snowboard is attached to your feet, it wants to do other things. So I'm trying to not limp around, gimpy, but it's starting to take its effect. I've been on the go all day, and here's the thing in Alaska. One of the students asked if I had cerebral palsy. Now, I don't want that, but I'm not offended if I do. What I'm trying to tell you is that I don't. It was really bad in Alaska, because I was using the whole stage and there wasn't a very good sound system, and so I was doing this the whole time. I'm not. I should shut up. No, I shouldn't. No, it's just, I'm not, like, if you've got cerebral palsy, I'm not trying to fucking say anything. I'm just, oh my God. This is why I shouldn't talk. I should only say things that are premeditated. My ankle fucking hurts. That's all I wanted to say. Jeff, what was it when you came in and you were setting up the thing and I was trying to figure out when you would be posting it, and all I really wanted to say was don't post it till after May 13th, and you were like, saying the point works better. I'm limping around, the ankle hurts, I'm okay, don't have cerebral palsy. That's all I wanted to say. I'm working on it. Oh, I don't know if you noticed the title of my new book. Gentlemen, practice. Not here, here. All right. So long as we're square on that. Let's read something from it, shall we? Hey, you know what? And I'm just so excited to be here tonight because it's my only show in New York City on this whole tour. And I'm thrilled, but I also know that there is a time situation to respect. So folks from Salt Space, please, will you let me know when I have 2 left? I don't know who in here is. Raise your hand if you're from Salt Space in here. Kyle, you're good? Let me know when I've got time for 2 more, okay, boss? All right, thank you. Did you say keep her coming? Kyle, I don't know, I'm gay. That was inappropriate, Kyle. Wicked inappropriate. Okay. Make fun of the gay guy. Keep her coming, bud! What a dick. Oh my God, find it, dude. Where'd you put it? Here we go. Okay. So speaking of that, the first time I read this, I forgot that most of my work I don't really out myself. And the first time I read this was in Boise, Idaho. And I'll tell you in a minute. Here we go. This is called Floating Device. Last night, I had the same recurring dream where I am on an airplane full of babies. They are all wearing very expensive diapers and texting newspapers back and forth, or playing Sudoku in the full and upright position. All of them have become super huffy and passive-aggressive, pissed off with me because I can't stop crying like a stabbed cow stuck in a foghorn. Fuck pretzels. Is that not the worst treat to hand out? It's like getting peppermints in your Halloween bag. It's stupid. I know it's not their fault, but I want to tell them. That's stupid. One of the chubbier, huffier babies finally plucks the pacifier out of his mouth, heaves up a breath from under the silk bib across his vest, looks directly at me and says, "Dude, seriously?" I kick the backs of seats when I don't get the life I need. Do not block the aisles if I experience self-acceptance. There should be enough room to dance in it, a room the size of all the wisdom I have so far gathered up, but have not yet consistently handled well. When I tell you I need to be alone, what I mean is that I don't want you to see me changing the batteries on my confidence or the mercury levels in my floundering. Bring me back my father. Let us speak of living. My father was a police officer. I wanted to follow in his footsteps so I could legally kick in doors, motherfucker. Put your hands on my head and hold me. By the greener grass I'm growing. Rip out patches from the back and show me what it is I have to be thankful for. Remind me Officer Beasley showed up in my dream with a handful of French burnt peanuts. Those were my favorite when I was a kid. He wouldn't know. He wasn't there. He held a need to be forgiven on his shoulder. I saw it in his heart. His heart was in my dream. My father's heart was in my dream. It was beating. Absolutely. He wore it like a badge, and I forgave him. Absolutely. I showed him the bedroom of the man I loved. I showed a need for him to be proud of me. My father is proud of me. The man I loved was not in the room. There was a door on the other side. It was not an emergency exit. So I walked through it by myself.